Okay, here we are with the final section of our Literary Expo project. Now, at this point, you've completed the prior knowledge piece where you have talked about the topic that you have chosen from reading your book. So, at this point, you have completed the fiction component and the prior knowledge piece. Now, we're going to be focusing on nonfiction. So, the first thing you need to do here is write down the title that you have selected and the author as well. Now, the essential question that we will be focusing on reads, how does prior knowledge affect my choices in choosing literature to read? Now, we're going to be focusing on a couple different aspects here. All of these relate to how the prior knowledge of your topic relate to the literature that you have chosen. So at this point, we're going to walk through the different sections of the nonfiction piece of the Literary Expo project. So, just like in previous sections, you're responding to letters, A, B, C, etc., and you are responding with at least 2 to 3 sentences per letter. Now, think about the definition of nonfiction and determine the type that you will be reading. So this could be a biography or an autobiography, or it could be something within the scientific realm or historical text. Now, you might have just a piece of informative text as well, and that's your decision to make based on um, the book that you have selected. So the first question or the first section here relates to what type of nonfiction text have you selected? And you're going to explain your answer based on how the text is structured, how everything is organized. Now, as you continue through here, the nonfiction section, you are going to look back at your prior knowledge and you're going to pick one of the 5 questions that you have written down, and you're actually going to type that in this following piece here. So letter 2A, you're typing the question that you had and you're looking for answers as you read your book. So again, you're referring back to the prior knowledge piece here. Now, once you have finished reading your book, you're going to come back to section 2.5 here, and you are going to actually go in and type your response. So once you've read the entire book, you're going to go into this particular section and you're going to type the response or type some of the various answers that you found as you were reading your book. Item number 3 here focuses on vocabulary. It's very important to use new words within sentences and within your daily conversations. So in this section here, you're going to pay attention to the sentences that are surrounding this new vocabulary word that you found. So in letter A here, you're going to write the new word, and then in letter B, you're going to type the 2 sentences that exist before your new word. So again, this focuses on the context surrounding your word to help you to be able to derive or to find the definition. Letter C and letter D. In letter C, you're going to describe sentences telling you about your topic and discuss how your new vocabulary word works to convey meaning. And then finally in letter D, you're going to write a sentence of your own using this new word. So again, you can use this word as a noun, as an adjective. It depends on what the word that you've chosen is and how that might relate to your sentence. Section 4 here focuses on text structure. So the first piece here relates to, is your text organized as a narrative? And you're going to consider the structure of the text. Is it chronological? Does it start in one location and finish at another? Does your text have setting and characters? Again, it depends on what you have selected for your nonfiction book. Next is the text autobiography or a biography. And again, this might not apply to everyone's book that you have selected, but again, you're going to explain your reasoning, and if it's not one of these two, you need to say why. Letter C relates to, is the text organized as an informational piece? And again, you're going to consider text structure. Does the text have a cause and effect? Are there comparisons, a sequence of events? Does your text relate to something that is scientific or historical? And again, this will determine or depend on what you have selected for a book. Number 5, evaluating your text. Evaluating means forming your own opinions about people, events, and ideas. So in this particular section, you're evaluating the author in letter A, and you're deciding whether or why the author wrote their work. Was it to inform, to influence, or to express an opinion or bias? So again, this will depend on the book that you have selected. Now, item number 6 here, after reading. Think about the difference between a fact and an opinion. Now, in this case, a nonfiction book could contain some opinions. And again, opinion is something that cannot be proved. It would be someone's personal viewpoint in some instances. So there's a lot of text there, and you can read through that on your own time. But the main purpose of this section is to go over facts and opinions. So in section A here, you're writing down 5 facts that you found in your book. So again, you're writing the entire sentence, and then you're also citing the page number using MLA citation, so author's last name and page number, as to where you found that within your book. Moving on down through here, next you're citing 5 opinions that you found in your book, and again, you're using the MLA documentation format to cite the page numbers which you have found your opinions. Now, in letters C and D here, you're picking one opinion from your 5, and you're just going to copy and paste that below, and then you're going to explain or justify how you know that that statement was an opinion. Now, in letter D, you're going to do the exact same thing, but this time you're going to do that with a fact. So again, you're finding one of the 5 facts that you've selected, and you're writing down which one you think is the most important, and then you are explaining why. So, all those pieces comprise or make up the 3rd section of the Literary Expo project. Now, there is one other piece as well, but that is going to be something that we'll focus on in class. So again, these are the expectations and the verbal directions for Section 3.